Well, ladies and gents, this is the bay we're fishing. I've just jogged almost a kilometre in waders to be here because it took me a while to get ready this morning. It also said that first light was at 7:15. In reality it was about 6:50 when the sun first showed itself. So done our best to get here with some good time, but I am panting. Oh crap. I'm going straight to a weed bed that's over here. I'm going to cast a couple bait fish patterns over it on the floating line before the sun gets up, and then I'll move to the intermediate line as the sun gets up. Alright, the flies I'm starting off with are a little olive zonker there that I tied myself on the dropper, and on the point fly about 5 or 6 feet down we have this little bait fish pattern that I caught a fish on last night. Don't know what it's called, but it's damn effective on these Bullen Merri trout. That sunrise is beautiful. Amazing. Oh, beats me. I do not understand why there is no fish. How about you? What was that? Yeah, right. Just round that corner. Yeah, cool. Now, in a lake like Bullen Merri, where so much of the fish's diet consists of bait fish, in my opinion, it tends to be, and I found this in most lakes, tends to be less about the fly and more about where you put it. You can fish all day with a great fly in a terrible spot and not catch anything. If you're not where the fish are, then you're not going to catch them. The most important thing in lake fishing for trout is location, location, location. You've got to be where the fish are and fish for them at the depth they are. So if the fish are in shallow, fish for them in shallow. If they're out wide, fish for them out wide. There's such a massive expanse of area that fish in a lake can be. There's so many different areas, so many different depths that they could be at depending on what they're feeding on, the time of year, the time of day, light levels and such, that it's so important to be where the fish are. Because if you're not where the fish are, then there's no point. You know, that's why I'm not changing fly. I haven't changed fly yet this morning, because I know these flies work. They worked yesterday. There's no reason why they're not going to work today. The fish are feeding on the exact same bait fish that they were yesterday. So fishing the same flies. So number one, at the moment, I'm clearly not fishing where the fish are. So it's time to move, because as I said before, there's no point fishing where the fish aren't. I haven't had a follow, a swipe, nothing. So we're gonna have a couple more casts here, and then we're gonna go where that guy in the boat just trolled one up. We're gonna go back there. So despite every idea that I had about the fish being really close to the bank feeding on bait fish this morning, it just does not seem like that's the case, which is disappointing. I thought I was going to be able to fish a floating line with 2 small streamers, fish for trout feed and salmon feeding on bait fish, but it just does not seem like they're in close feeding on bait fish. So I'm going to have one more cast, and that's the most important thing. If you're not catching fish in a lake, that's alright, but if you're not seeing fish, or you're not getting follows, then you're probably not where the fish are. In Bullen Merri, the trout follow a lot, especially the tiger trout. They chase, they love to chase, and you'll get big fish follow you in very regularly if you're in the right area, or you'll hook them depending on what mood they're in. But you'll at least be seeing fish. I haven't seen a single fish this morning, so I'm clearly in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna get this cast in now, and I'm gonna move. See, nothing. This is a perfect area, but there's no fish, so it's obviously not where they want to be today. They may not be feeding, but trout will usually always chase something even if they're not feeding. You know, they're still going to have a look, they're still going to chase, you're still going to see their presence. And trout very rarely aren't feeding totally. Trout are pretty opportunistic. They've got a fast metabolism, they've got to feed every day, apart from the real big ones, which may only feed once every 2 days if they eat a really big meal. But generally speaking, your average trout is going to have to eat, especially in a lake like this where the only real big forage fish are other trout. The trout are going to have to eat quite regularly because they're eating, you know, 2-inch minnows usually. There's plenty of big bait fish in Bullen Merri, don't get me wrong, but it's not like there's a big population of redfin or carp or something like that where they can really chow down on some 20 centimetre size bait. Normally the minnows are, you know, anywhere for maybe 10 to 15 centimetres tops, but they're very slender. They're not big fat minnows, they're just common galaxis. So alright, as sad as it is, that's a bust. No fish on prime time, but hey, what can you do? You can see the swirl, spot change, first cast, we hook a fish. That's how important location is. First cast. No, dropped him, nice rainbow. Oh well, but that just proves my point. We move 50, 60 meters. This is about where that guy trolling said he caught the fish, and bang, very first cast, nice rainbow. Just highlights. It's usually location, particularly in lakes. Well, that's far from ideal. I don't know how deep it is yet, but we're about to see. Not too bad. I think I can get that out right here. Oh, it was just barely in. Oh, thank. Oh, I thought it was actually quite deep. Nice clean hook, not rusty, so no tetanus shot required. Surely I get a fish now, right? What I do deserve that. That's why you wear your sunnies. Could have been here, all over, blind in that eye. Ha ha ha! Hooked up. Like first cast after I got hooked in the face. Fish on. I'm not sure what it is. I thought I was recording, but bugger, didn't get the hook up on camera. It's a good fish, guys. It's a tiger trout. Let's go. Good sized tiger, guys. Not bad at all. Lovely tiger trout, about 50 something. Beautiful fish. Scoff the zonker right down the hatch. Time to get him on his way. Hold him here till he's ready to kick. Tiger! Did you get any more? Tiger? Salmon? Oh yes! Hooked up, guys. Let's go. Oh, that's a nice fish, I think. Yeah, it's not bad. Another tiger. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Look at that dude. He's crazy. Got a hump on him like a salmon. Here we have Mr. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Got a hump on him like a salmon. Not a bad fish though. Heavy, about 3 pound, 3.5 pound. Maybe bigger actually. I don't know how I managed to hold on to him, but I have. Right, off he goes. See you, buddy. The Woolies Choc Chip Banana Bread. If you haven't tried it, it is pretty bloody elite. I'm eating it and a chunk falls out into my net. Do I eat it? Yes. Oh, we are not wasting any. Plus a can of Coke because I'm just a healthy boy. Oh, let's go. 3 bells, baby. Let me put that on my fly rod and cast with it. Have a go at my fresh kicks, baby.